Today we'll show you 5 things you can do with Noise Engineering's Polydactyl plugin to dynamically enhance your full mix or individual tracks. One of my favorite things to use Polydactyl for is revitalizing stereo mixes that sound dull. So let's get into it. The track you're hearing right now is something I made years ago on an 80s handheld song-making device from Roland called the PMA-5. Despite the sonic limitations, I like the track, but it needs some help. I'm going to apply Polydactyl with a preset I created called Dull Mix Enhancer that you can find in the Sean J folder. A compressor's response is very dependent on the dynamics and frequency content of the source, so presets will generally just offer a starting point and you're almost always going to need to tweak some settings. In this case, the track already had a lot of low frequency content, so I pulled down the room and gain control in the lower mids. I also wanted more dynamics in this range, so I turned the floor setting all the way up. And voila, with just a few changes to this preset, this track sounds much better. Check out the difference with and without Polydactyl. You can take a direct-in guitar recording and make it sound like this using the Polydactyl plugin from Noise Engineering. Clean guitar recorded direct-in can have a bit of a dull and flat sound. In order to give the DI recording some more body, clarity, and glassy highs, you can use a preset called Clean Guitar Enhancer in the Sean J folder in the Polydactyl plugin. This is going to sit much nicer in the mix with more body and clarity in the highs. Try out Polydactyl to enhance your clean guitar tracks. You can turn this into this using the Polydactyl plugin from Noise Engineering. I'm a big fan of the bass 6, and I often just record it in direct and apply Polydactyl to give it the tonality I'm looking for. Here's the straight direct-in recording of the bass 6. It's lacking some body in the low end as well as some of the clarity in the highs. Polydactyl is great for taking those DI signals and bringing them up to the sonic quality I'm looking for. This is that same DI signal with just Polydactyl applied using a preset called Bass Guitar Enhancer that can be found in the Sean J preset folder. The lows are strong and the highs are clear, and there's a bunch of room in the middle for vocals and guitar. Don't forget to try Polydactyl on your bass tracks. So I don't consider myself a real drummer, but that doesn't stop me from playing them or sometimes recording them. When I do record drums, in addition to miking up all the individual drums, what I like to do is have 1 or 2 room mics and in post-production apply a lot of compression as an effect to give a much more bombastic, large feel to the entire kit. What I'm going to do for this example is only record using the room mic and apply Polydactyl in a way that gives us that much larger feel. We're currently listening to the room mic recording with no plugins on it. The microphone is a Neumann TLM 103. It's going through a preamp and a compressor with the ratio set 3:1. This is the same recording going through Polydactyl using a preset called Drum Room Mic Bombast that can be found in the Sean J folder. So this imparts a huge, rough, boomy sound to the room mic that can be used to great effect, especially when blending it back in with the individual mics you have on the rest of the kit. That said, I have definitely used only the room mic with Polydactyl applied as the entire drum sound in the mix of a track. So explore the presets, try some experimentation of your own, and see what unique sounds you can come up with for your drums using Polydactyl. Make this sound like this with Polydactyl from Noise Engineering. Rickenbacker 12-string guitars are super unique instruments. They have a sound all their own, a very twangy, almost banjo-like sound. And if you look into songs they've been featured in throughout history, it's no secret that using compression has been a big part of bringing that very jangly sound out front of the mix. This is the 12-string direct-in recording. Recorded straight in, it's lacking some of that shimmery, shiny jangle we expect from an electric 12-string, especially when it's blended into a track. Now let's add Polydactyl. To get this sound, I started off with the Clean Guitar Enhancer preset. I turned up the volume in and added some gain in the highs and low mids. Adding compression in highs is a tried and true technique for 12-string electric. Be sure to experiment with Polydactyl to bring out the richness of your instruments. For more information about the Polydactyl Multiband Dynamics Processor plugin or any of our other plugins for VST, AU, or AAX, visit us at noiseengineering.us. Join us next time when we find out if Kylie Minogue ever got us out of her head.